Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying, we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every Bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart. All right. How are y'all doing? Huh? Good? Huh? Good? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hey everybody, welcome to my home kitchen. It's so nice to have all of you here today, and we have a lot of great folks from around the bayous of Louisiana. Nice to have y'all here with us today as we try to cook up a couple of great dishes. In fact, I have the mayor here. I have the sheriff here, you know, they're here to protect me in case I need, you know what I'm talking about? In case the food's bad and y'all try to drag me out. Welcome, nice to have y'all. Y'all, I want to introduce everyone to Darlene Foret right here, a great friend of mine. Let's give her a big hand, huh? Because Darlene is the reason we're all here. Darlene sent me a great recipe for a fabulous dish, one of the oldest dishes in Louisiana cooking, I think, the sweet potato or yam cake. And my mission today is to take that old standby version of a Louisiana dessert and try to convert it just a little bit, taking away some of the fats and some of the things that might not be quite as healthy for us. Y'all, diet is a four-letter word in my kitchen. We never diet. We never, ever want to diet, but we do want to modify things because I think moderation is the key to everything in life. So to try to modify food just a little bit by removing those things out of it that's not as good, it should be all of our mission every day. So the theme of our show today, being a convert, isn't easy, y'all. You have to start a little bit at a time, start modifying your diet a little bit at a time, and remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, modify, kind of eat healthy. 20% of the time, eat whatever you want, because that's the way you last on these things. Now, Darlene, you were good enough to bring me into your home and show me how to do the recipe. And y'all, I took my little handheld camera in there and took some shots. So y'all, I want you to see exactly what she showed me to do in this recipe today. We had a lot of fun there, didn't we? Here we go again, riding down the bayous of South Louisiana on our way to Raceland, a small village on Bayou, just 45 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico. In Raceland, as with most South Louisiana towns, cooks demand freshness, and although most people grow their own gardens in this area, excess produce can be found at many of the roadside vegetable markets dotting the landscape. In early spring, vegetables and fruits of every variety can be found, and the greatest challenge of the cook becomes, what in the world am I going to cook today? Just a few feet down the road was a typical Cajun dwelling, a home where children and animals coexist for each other's entertainment. There's always lots of chores for the kids to partake in, but you know what? They always seem to know how to make it fun. You'd never know by looking at this young lady that she's a seasoned professional in showing 4-H cattle and pigs. And whether grooming her show cattle or picking fruit from a tree for an evening dessert, there's always a helping hand.
How you doing?
Man, I love these big old smiles.
Well, that's my mom with Dolores,
Hey, girls.
daughter
How y'all
Christy,
doing?
daughter-in-law Mary, and my
Hello.
sister-in-law Era
How you
G.
doing? Ah, yes, a typical Cajun family. This is the home of Darlene Foret, and of course, after quick introductions, we ended up in the kitchen discussing some of their family heirlooms, and it didn't take long to hear about one of her treasured recipes.
And I entered it, and I came out grand champion.
Is that right?
Yes.
Or, you know, you should have sold that recipe at that point. You might be rich.
Her sweet potato cake was a recipe found by her grandmother and mother, tucked away in a scrapbook, and when they tasted it, they knew it was a treasure. The recipe went on to win a local contest. This old cast iron pot was a special wedding gift to Darlene's mother. In fact, it was given to her with a live chicken standing inside of it with wishes that the family would never go hungry. Over time, the pot cracked, and since then, it's a good decoration. I really love the look of this kitchen. It's wide open and airy, full of light, and you could tell that many great family gatherings were held here through the years. We enjoy sharing recipes down on the Bayou, and Darlene's mother, Dolores, told me a story about preserving sweet potatoes in the old days here in the South by burying them in mounds of straw. The secret to her recipe? Grating the potatoes.
Well, it's nice and sweet, too.
Yes. You can eat raw sweet potato?
Oh, yeah.
They used to tell us it would give you the worms.
Yeah, right. That's to keep you from eating the 3 cups.
Oh.
This visit ended around a table, sharing a slice of that fresh baked sweet potato cake, along with those little Cajun cookies, tea gâteaux. Of course, there was hot coffee, fresh squeezed lemonade. Y'all, it was a day to remember in Raceland. Well, I tell you, we had a great time that day, huh? A lot. Oh, no, we really did. And I see now you have your daughters here today. Why don't you introduce them to us, huh? The big smile there.
This is my daughter, Christy.
Yeah.
My mom's back here.
Oh, there she is, Dolores. Now, you know, I told you I was going to take your pot, right? Huh? And remember, you got it as a wedding present with a chicken in it, huh? Look, baby. I'm gonna hand that to her.
Thank you.
Y'all, that's one of her treasures right there, that old pot. Now, I'll tell you what, you had such a fantastic place down on the bayous in Raceland, and cooking has been a part of your family history for a long time. I mean, yes. Y'all have really been winning recipes.
Yes.
So tell me about the recipe for this cake. What award did it win?
It came out grand champion at Raceland Junior High School in the 70s. I was a 9th grader, and we had yam contests at that time.
Now, does any of these young girls get involved in
They don't have it anymore. They don't have it anymore.
You know why? Because y'all kept winning the doggone thing, huh? So, well, anyway, y'all, as I said, my mission today is going to be to take this fantastic recipe and try to convert it, okay? So let me tell you what I did, because the recipe is a standard in Louisiana. So I'm going to begin with a couple cups of sugar that you did. I'm going to just do the same thing there. Now, I cut the oil down a little bit, but I'm going to put the oil in it. Now, you can cut even more oil out by putting some light margarine in it if you want to, and I'm going to kind of whisk the oil and the sugar around to kind of melt it a little bit, because, and you know, Louisiana cakes really are full of sugar. I mean, we're the sugar state, but boy, we like a lot of sugar in our cooking. So anyway, so I'm adding the sugar and the oil and mixing it together. Now, you put how many eggs in your cake?
4.
4. Now, this is the first modification I did. I'm using egg substitute. Egg substitute is 99% egg white and a little food coloring. Okay. Yellow food coloring. Did y'all know that? Just yellow food coloring, absolutely. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down in there like that. But you know what? The egg white has the same thickening and holding ability as the egg yolk. The only thing you're doing, you're losing that 5 grams per fat with each one of the yolks. Look how nice that looks. That looks pretty good down there, Rex. By the way, y'all, did I introduce Rex? Rex is my cameraman. He's going to be running in front of the counter here today, and he stirs the camera stirs my pot with the camera. Stir that pot right there. Show him how to do that, right? Just, there it is. Watch him. Watch that, huh? You didn't stir that one good, huh? All right, y'all, now that that's all in there like that, I'm going to add a little bit of the baking powder, a little bit of the baking soda, because you have to kind of get this thing looking nice here. And then, of course, you don't want to lose any of the flavor, by the way. You know, just because you're modifying something doesn't mean you have to take away the things that's good. You want to, in fact, even add more of the things that's good and remove some of the things that's not so good for you. I've added a little nutmeg and cinnamon in there. I added a little. You add cinnamon only or none? See, I added cinnamon and nutmeg for a spice cake. Look how nice that is. Now I'm going to add the flour. 2 cups go into it. 2 cups are really good. Where's that old sifter there? Now, this was an old sifter that came from your mom, huh?
My grandma.
Or your grandmother, huh? Well, I'll tell you. You see, you must have come from a rich family. I don't think most of the old Cajun grandmas had sifters, huh? And so I'm going to sift that down in there like that and get that out of the way. So now we have our flour in. And while I'm stirring this up, y'all, let's talk a little bit about yams and sweet potatoes. And there's a big controversy over exactly what is a sweet potato and what is a yam. Most of the people know that sweet potatoes are a great product of Louisiana. We do a lot of wonderful sweet potatoes in our state, and yam is the marketing term. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but yam is the marketing term for Louisiana Puerto Rican variety of sweet potatoes that grow here in our state. So the best sweet potatoes in the world are the Louisiana yam that's named after for those great Puerto Rican varieties. Okay, y'all, you see now, look at that. Look, I have my nice spice batter. That's what you did, right? Now, I took one of the little 9-inch pans. I dusted it just like that. Put a little parchment in the bottom. And I'm going to add my pecans, the yams. Now, you say you have to grate them right before you go into the pot, right? Right into the bowl. So I think everybody gets the idea with that. I'm going to move this out of the way. You make your batter, and once you blend it all together like that, oh, I tell you, it's fantastic. You need about 3 people to help you with this thing, though, see? It's a thick batter. That's why you got 2 girls with you all the time. Now, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pour some in. Rex, you see how nice and thick that is? Oh, yeah. Oh, the sweet potatoes keep it moist. Sweet potatoes are good for you, too, y'all. In fact, vitamin A, beta-carotene. Vitamin A is good for all of that anti-inflammatory stuff. You know, if you got bones hurting, eat sweet potatoes. My foot hurts me all the time. I eat a lot of sweet potatoes. Hadn't helped yet. You know? Okay. I'm just kidding. Sweet potatoes are good for it. Okay, y'all, 3 of these into a 350-degree oven. And Rex, look at this. I cooked them a little earlier. You got a good shot of that. 3 of those. I cooked them a little earlier, now that you see how they made. Now, let me show you the icing. Now, you use what type of an icing? You use a cream cheese icing, right?
Cream cheese and butter and...
Cream cheese and butter. Just spread it on.
Just roll in it.
Well, let me tell you what I use here, y'all. You see my old mixer? This is my old time mixer, beautiful old mixer here. Into my 1 pound of confectioner's sugar, I'm going to add a little cream of tartar here. And then I'm going to add 2 egg yolks, right? 2 egg whites, I'm sorry. And I'm going to just stir that around in that old mixer, because what I'm making is a royal icing. And when you put egg white in powdered sugar like this, you want to be careful. It calls for 3 eggs, egg whites, but don't add them all at one time, because if you do, it might get too runny, y'all. So you just kind of see how it's coming together. I need another one, so I'm going to add it in. And you can see how that old mixer is starting to really make that royal icing nicely. Now that the egg whites are in, the sugar's melted nicely, I can actually turn up the heat here a little bit. Ah, yeah. Just beautiful. And there's my icing. No fat. No fat at all in that icing. And here it is. Now, you have all that butter. Huh? See that? Now, how do I put it? Krista, you can eat all you want of this, huh? And look at that, y'all. I just spread it on the cake just like that. See how nice that is? And just kind of put it on. And you know something else I do? I come in and I put some pecans. Do I have any extra pecans over here? I know I got some somewhere. Y'all see any? Oh, yeah, right here. I put them where I could find them. Huh? Right there, y'all, right on top of the cake, just beautiful. And then just go ahead and pile, because, you know, there's no fat here, Krista. You can go ahead and pile all you want, huh? See what I mean? Now, once that's done, you can add another layer right on top. Y'all get the idea, right? Oh, I broke my cake. Oh, But you know the good thing about a 3-layer cake? You can fix it.
It up.
You can patch it, huh? Y'all can patch it. Look at that. Ha-ha. See that? Anyway, I think y'all have the idea. You just continue to go all the way on up with the 3 layers, y'all. And I want to show you the one that Darlene brought in because it's absolutely beautiful, the one that you brought. Here it is right here, Rex. We got to get a good shot of that cake. Look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous cake she made? This is the real thing, y'all. Remember, again, half of the oil, egg substitute, 50% fat cut out of this recipe, 50% fat cut out of the recipe. Using the yams, you can imagine high in fiber, high in vitamin C, high in vitamin A, beta-carotene, which is cancer-fighting, as you know. So to eat this cake, not only do you lose weight, you fight cancer. Let's get it. Now let me show you mine. Let me show you what I did to mine, y'all. Look at mine over here. The only thing I did different other in the cooking procedures, the way I presented, Darlene, all I did, I added a little bit chopped pecans around the outside of the cake, and then I'm going to add some nice dried sweet potatoes right to the top, like that. Now, of course, it doesn't cost you a dime extra to do that. You know, you have the sweet potatoes already. You can just dry them in the oven. They come out nice and dry. You can add more pecans to the top if you wanted to. And then this is your, hey, Rex, look at here. This is her wedding knife. See? See right here? Darlene and Charles. See how sweet that is? And I'm still using, and they're still using it today. So I'm going to take, let's get a big chop out of that. You got this? I'm going to take a whack out of here. I'm going to take a whack out of here as well. Take a little slice out, and I'm going to, now, Darlene, you're going to have to test this for me. You got to, now, see that? Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to bring this over here because I want you to try it out and tell me what you think. Take a bite of it. Hey, you're the ultimate taste tester right there. You're the ultimate. Get it? Oh, you are? We're going to send some out there. In fact, Amy, why don't y'all go ahead and cut a few of those and pass them back. And while they're eating that, y'all, I have to start another great recipe here. So, Rex, you ready? How's that?
Good.
Tell me again.
That's good.
Is it anywhere near close to yours? Or
The icing is different.
yeah, the icing is a little bit different because I'm using a...
And the middle part feels like it's lighter.
yeah, lighter.
It's not as
lighter.
mine's is.
Rex, you ready for this? Y'all, I have the ultimate South Louisiana dish here. You have to take a look at this. I'm doing a Louisiana crawfish stew. And I want to show y'all this while Rex is looking deep down into that pot of beautiful ingredients there. Rex, I want you to get a good shot of these 2 live Louisiana crawfish here. I have the red swamp crawfish making its debut right here. And I have the white river crawfish that comes out of the rice fields of Louisiana right here. We prefer the red swamp crawfish because it has more of the nice orange fat and the things that are really interesting to you here. But this is, so that's the ones we like. And of course, you get them a couple of different ways. You can get them peeled already in the bag. Good Louisiana crawfish tails peeled in the bag, all the meat right here. In fact, they even give you a couple of good recipes for using them. Here's the crawfish tails right here. Soft shell crawfish. The crawfish molt a couple of times a year. And of course, here, the boiled crawfish. And then I'm going to make the stew with onion, celery, bell pepper, and all those garlic and all those nice things. So you ready to start firing this thing up? Now, Rex, surprise here today, surprise. This recipe is from my dad, and he's right in the front row right here. Here's my dad, Darlene Foret. Y'all, we got to give him a hand. Huh? All right, there he is. Now, Daddy, how many pots of crawfish stew you made in your life? Huh?
Johnny, you can't live long enough to count them.
I think you're probably right. Daddy we ate crawfish. During crawfish, Daddy used to trap for a living. He used to, of course, hunt and fish every day of his life when he wasn't at the sugar house doing sugar. And we ate a lot of crawfish when we were coming out. If it wouldn't have been for the swamps, we didn't even have a refrigerator.
That's right.
All we needed was the swamp.
I had to dig a hole in the ground to keep them alive.
Just keep the crawfish going. Okay, y'all, let me tell you what I'm doing with the crawfish. Crawfish is a fantastic dish, obviously very South Louisiana. So what I'm going to do here, Daddy taught me many years ago, you begin with a roux, oil and flour. 1 cup of oil, 1 cup of flour, cooked to a dark brown. But of course, now I'm trying to modify, so I put about 3 tablespoons of oil down here. I'm going to add my onions, Rex, a little bit celery right there, a little bit bell pepper. Now notice all of the things going into this dish, y'all. Onions, celery, bell pepper down into those 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to add a little bit garlic. No, I'm going to add a lot of garlic, huh? Y'all want a lot of garlic in here? Yeah, I think so, a lot of garlic. I'm going to swirl that around a little bit, and I'm going to wilt the vegetables. Now, of course, by using just 2 tablespoons of oil and taking some of the fat off of the crawfish, believe it or not, y'all, I'm going to reduce the fat in this recipe by 90%. 90%, and I won't change the flavor because I'm taking about 1.5 cups actually of oil out of it. Now, Rex, what I want to do is add the oilless roux. Here's the oilless roux right here. I want you to get a good shot of this. This is flour that has been toasted in the oven in a skillet. I put the flour, white flour, in a skillet, put it in the oven, 375 degrees, stir it every now and then until the water is removed, and then, of course, we toasting bread is all we're doing. So, Rex, I'm going to dust the toasted flour. It has the same thickening ability as a regular roux. The only difference is that I've eliminated all of that excess fat because you don't need oil to make a roux. Oil is the catalyst that carries the flour in the pot. So all you have to do is kind of, and look how nice and dark brown that is once it comes together. You see that right there? It's really, really nice. And again, almost 1.5 cups less oil, 90% less roux. Now, to add even more flavor, y'all, take a look at this pot right here. I've made a wonderful crawfish stock using the shells of the crawfish, and therein is going to give me even more flavor because, again, I'm modifying. So in modifying, I want to add extra things that's good. So I boil the whole crawfish with onions and celery and garlic in a pot here, and I'll just take the water. You've heard the saying, the nearer the bone, the sweeter the meat. This is it right here. And as I add that crawfish stock that's full of beautiful crawfish flavor to the pot, you can imagine that the roux is going to thicken it very quickly. 1.5 cups of oil's missing out of this pot, so it's much, much healthier for us. Now I'm going to add, you always added about 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, right? Just a little bit red color.
Well, you know the little can.
A little bitty small can.
Right.
You didn't want too much.
Just to give it a little color.
Yeah, a little color, but not a tomato flavor, right?
Not a tomato flavor.
So that's what I'm doing.
You don't taste the tomato.
What's that?
Yeah, I say you don't taste the tomato.
No, you don't want to taste the tomatoes. That's right. That's the voice of a genius there, y'all. Now, when I put this in here, now I'm going to add, Rex, all of these gorgeous crawfish tails. I rinsed half of them to get most of that excess fat. See the fat in that bowl? That is actually a saturated fat, just like most of the fat, but I took most of it out of there. And now I'm going to just take the cooked tails and add them down to the pot, just as you see there. And then I'll stir that around for a minute. Green onions, y'all, parsley, just wonderful green onions and parsley are going to go into the dish. I'm going to grab them right behind you there, Rex, throw them in. And y'all, for all practical purposes, this dish is done. I would allow this to cook. I'm going to add a little salt substitute to it. How much? Well, as much as you want. When using salt substitute, I recommend that y'all actually season a little bit right after it's cooked and goes into the pot. So, onto the table, I mean. A little cracked pepper, as much as you'd like. Put some basil and thyme in here. I have a lot of nice basil and thyme. Sprinkle it in. And y'all, let me show you what it looks like when it's done over here, Rex. I have a nice big platter of it right here. Oh, take a look at this. Take a look in that pot right there. You can see how gorgeous that is. I'm going to just take a little bit of this with the bay leaves. Look how nice and rich it is. I'm going to take a spoon of this rice. Daddy, I want you to take a little quick taste of this. And I'm even going to have Ruth spread some for the other guests there. I want you to taste it and tell me if you think that stew is any good. You take a bite of that right there. And y'all, while Daddy's getting ready to do that, my last dish, some nice Rex. Oh, look at his smothered cabbage and andouille. See that? Smothered cabbage with andouille, a smoky, smoky sausage of Louisiana. And you can see it right here. I eliminated most of that fat in the sausage right there. You see that fat by using a lean sausage. How is it, Daddy?
Delicious.
Delicious, huh? You heard it from the man. Y'all, who says Mama's cooking can't be good? We thank y'all so much for coming today, and thanks to all of you for stopping by as we continue to cook up more of these great Taste of Louisiana with a change of heart. Y'all, I'm going to feed every one of you your cake and his crawfish stew. Y'all, okay, thanks so much for coming. Hey, listen, you have that room? All right. I hand some of these bites to y'all.
Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Something old and something new, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please call 1-800-973-7246 or send check or money order to the address shown on your screen.
A Taste of Louisiana, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.